Have you ever seen these Vox documentary explainer videos and wondered how they're being made? Now you can create the whole thing yourself from scratch without a motion designer or learning After Effects, just by using AI. In this video, I'll guide you through the entire process of creating a Vox documentary explainer video from start to end without handling the production side manually. First off, we start with something that lets Claude set up the whole Vox style for you. Claude already knows roughly what Vox looks like, but it's not quite enough to get the clean look I want, so I'll help it out first, because I want the exact keywords that trigger that paper look every single time. So the first thing I'll do is give Claude a way to actually go study real Vox videos itself instead of guessing, and for that I'll use a free tool called vidIQ. It's a YouTube research tool that pulls real data straight off YouTube, the videos, the channels, and what's actually working. Connecting it to Claude just means Claude stops guessing from memory and works off the real videos instead. And installing it is really quick. You open up the vidIQ website. At the bottom of the page, there's a blue button that says Install Free Extension, so you click it and add it to your browser, and you don't have to connect anything by hand. The second that extension is installed, vidIQ just shows up inside Claude on its own. Inside Claude, you'll click the vidIQ dropdown in the prompt bar, and a small window pops up that says Unlock YouTube Insights in Claude. You'll hit Connect YouTube Insights. It sends you over to a quick authorization page, and you just click Authorize. Now vidIQ is connected, and Claude can pull real YouTube data right into the chat. Now that it can actually see the style, I'll ask Claude to break down exactly what gives the Vox style that look, and hand me back a full prompt guide, one set of keywords for generating the images, and another set for animating them. And as you can see, I got back a whole Vox research document in a single PDF from Claude. I really like how it gives me all the structural principles of Vox videos, along with the notes on how to handle the generation process to get the best looking output, and even some prompt examples I can use right away. And every prompt I use from here runs on this one guide, and they'll all be down in the description, so you can copy them and follow along the whole way. So before I've generated a single thing, I've already got the exact recipe every frame and animation runs on. But a research document is the easy part. The real question is whether that actually holds the second it starts moving. So before I build anything real, I'll run one quick test to make sure this paper actually stays consistent once it starts moving. I'll ask Claude for a simple test idea in the paper cut Vox style, plus the 2 prompts I'll need to actually make it. It comes back with something called the 8-hour myth, a construction paper clock that splits a single day into work, sleep, and everything else. And it gives me a frame prompt and a video prompt to go with it. Everything from here gets generated in one tool called OpenArt, and the reason I use it specifically is that both models I need are already inside it, GPT Image 2 for the images, and Seedance 2.0 for turning those frames into video, so I'm never jumping between 2 different subscriptions to finish one video. And by the time you're watching this, Seedance 2.5 is already inside OpenArt too, so if you want even smoother results, that's the model to switch to for this whole workflow. The link to OpenArt is in the description, so you can sign up and follow along with the whole process. So inside OpenArt, I'll go to the left sidebar and click on Image, and that takes me to the image creation panel. I'll click on the model button and make sure it's set to GPT Image 2, then I'll paste in that frame prompt. Then I'll scroll down to see all the settings, click the quality button and set it to high, and set the resolution to 4K, because this frame is the foundation of the whole video and I want it as clean as I can get it. Then I'll hit generate, and it gives me back a really clean image with a matte cartoon look, which is exactly what I wanted. Now I'll move back to the left sidebar and click on the video button, which takes me into the video creation panel. I'll go into the model again and make sure Seedance 2.0 is picked and set the image I just generated as the starting frame. Then I'll paste in the video prompt, scroll down, and turn the audio option on. I'll set the aspect ratio to 16:9, the resolution to 1080p, the duration to 6 seconds, and make sure the mode is set to normal. The reason I run this as a test first is that one frame and one short video tells me immediately whether the tactile paper style keeps its look once there's motion, before I'll put any real time into the bigger segments. Then I'll generate. And to me, the whole thing looks pretty decent, because even though it's moving, each part keeps that original tactile look, and it even keeps that low FPS motion style. So off one simple idea, I've already got the Vox paper look moving that looks consistent all the way through, but a single title card doesn't actually walk you through anything. So now we move into something more complex, and this is the part that decides whether the animation looks serious or not. The shot I want is a documentary style map, the kind where a trade route draws itself across the screen while a narrator talks over it. So I'll ask Claude for it, and it hands me a single line of narration to carry the whole part. In 1904, a single trade route turned a quiet port into the region's lifeline. Then it gives me the 2 frame prompts I'll need to build the visual. The thing that makes this look clean is that I never actually animate the map. If you just tell the AI to animate a map, it redraws the whole thing, every frame, and the map stops looking consistent as it moves. So instead, I'll generate 2 images, a before and an after, and let the video model move between them. Frame 1 is the clean map with no route on it. I'll generate frame 1 first, same as before. So I move back to the image panel, choose GPT Image 2, set the quality to high and the resolution to 4K, and paste in the first prompt. And I really like the style of the map because it looks like it's taken straight out of some Lord of the Rings movie. The edges of the map even look damaged, which makes it look even more realistic. Now for the second frame, which is the same map with just the root arrow and a small paper tag added, nothing else touched. And this is what keeps the map identical. I'll stay on the same settings, but this time I'll use the Add Visual References option. I'll move over it, and two options pop up, from References and from Brand Kit. So I'll go with From References and attach that first map I just generated. Then I'll paste in the second prompt, the one that tells it to keep the whole map the same and only add the root and the tag. The only thing I don't like about this one is that the map's color and texture changed slightly. Then I'll take both frames over to the video side, go into the model, and again make sure Seedance 2.0 is picked, and use the start and end frame option, with frame 1 as the start and frame 2 as the end. I'll paste in the animation prompt, turn the audio on, make sure the mode is set to standard, and set the aspect ratio to 16:9, resolution to 1080p, and the duration to 6 seconds. Because the two frames are identical apart from that one root, Seedance has nothing to redraw, so it just draws the arrow in across the map while the camera pushes in. Then I'll hit generate.
In 1904, a single trade route turned a quiet port into the region's lifeline.
The camera movement is smooth, the narrator's voice doesn't pause weirdly, and the whole map stays consistent across the whole video. So the route draws itself across the map in one clean move, and it came from two pictures instead of any real animation work. But a single graphic drawing itself is still just a single part, and a real Vox segment builds a whole scene up one by one. So now we're moving into the part we set all this up for. It's a 15-second part where a documentary evidence board assembles itself in order, from an empty board to a finished story, all under one voiceover. The way I'll build it is the same method from the map. Instead of 2 images, I'll make 3, each one built on the one before, so they'll stay consistent all the way. Frame 1 is the board with just the pinned map and the title on it. Everything else is empty. I'll generate that first in GPT Image 2, same settings as before, quality on high and resolution at 4K, and I'll paste in the first prompt. And I'm happy with the result because it actually kept the same style the map was built on, so everything looks consistent. For the second picture, I'll stay in GPT Image 2, move my cursor over Add Visual References, choose From References, and attach that first board I just made. Then I'll paste in the second prompt, the one that keeps the board identical and only adds the evidence, the old photo, and the newspaper clipping. And now it looks like it was taken straight out of some Western movie, and the photo in the bottom left corner makes it look really real. The third picture works the same way, except this time I'll attach the second board as the reference and paste in the third prompt, which adds the final thing, the stamp that says the town was abandoned, and everything looks really good and stays consistent this time as well. Now to animate all 3, I'll move back to the video tab, and this is the one part of the setup that changes. The start and end frame option only takes 2 pictures, and I've got 3, so I'll switch over to the text with reference tab instead, and make sure Seedance 2.0 is still the model. I'll open Add Visual References, go to From Creations, and load in all 3 boards I just generated in order. Then I'll paste in the animation prompt, which tells it to open on an empty board and build each part up to each frame in turn. I'll turn the audio on, set the mode to normal, and put the aspect ratio at 16:9, resolution at 1080p, and duration at 15 seconds. Then I'll hit generate.
In 1891, surveyors marked a new town on this map, Loudoun Creek. 10 years on, its main street was booming. Then the gold ran dry, and the last families left before winter. In 1907, the county closed the book. Population, 0.
So now we've got a whole story about a town that vanished, and the narration runs the whole way through. And I don't really have to point out anything on this one, because the moving objects, like the paper landing on the board, look really smooth, and so do the marker underlines. But what I like most is that dusty stamp effect at the end, and the narrator's voice stays the same from start to finish, making it sound like a real person speaking in the background. So the whole board builds itself from an empty frame into a finished Vox-style explainer, and I never touched a motion designer or a single editing tool to get there. But doing that the old way, by hand, would cost you a lot of time and money to learn motion design and editing. And still, it'd be easy to lose that consistent style so that it wouldn't come out as clean. So for the simplest and cheapest way to do it, sign up to OpenArt with my link in the description and build your first explainer on any topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.